What's up, YouTube viewers and viewers around the world? This is episode number 4 of Fiyah Side Fridays. We'll be talking about procrastination today and how it will affect your independent music career. Okay, so stay tuned. I got 7 points as to why procrastination sucks. Stay tuned. What advice would you give people who have a desire to enter the indie music industry about procrastination? Again, listen to this video, watch this video over and over and over again if you can, because procrastination, just life literally comes at you, you know? So when you're procrastinating on something, it's like you have something, you want to do something, but you're procrastinating on it. Life is going to give you something else, and there's always going to be something else, and then something else, and then something else that's going to prolong whatever you're trying to do. So independent, music producers and singers, songwriters, everybody, we all know it. If we procrastinate on a project, there will be deaths in families, there will be births, what else? Cars break down. I mean, just life happens. And if you procrastinate on your craft or on a project, life is going to happen and elongate that project out. So people who are just starting out, don't procrastinate. Have a plan, have a timeline when you want to get something out or when you want to have something done by, and just get it done, because something else is going to happen. And that is my honest word. Something else is going to happen, where you need to give it your full attention, and it's going to take away time from your projects that you want to get done. That will eventually pay you, from your business. How did procrastination affect your process in becoming a producer today? So procrastination affected my process. I'll give you an example. My example was I had Logic Pro with my first iMac computer. And so I was just so scared, I guess, to get into this new digital audio workstation that I was just working in GarageBand, and I worked with GarageBand for a whole year while I had Logic Pro. Never got into Logic Pro. About a year later, I get into Logic Pro. I'm like, wow, I really like this program. But after me working in Logic Pro in the program for about 8 months, my computer shuts down. So procrastination really affected me in the process of that. I really liked what I was doing. If I had gotten into Logic Pro, not procrastinated to just delve deep into the program, then I would have seen that I liked it earlier. I would have been able to get a lot more music done, and before my computer eventually crashes, and I wouldn't have had that problem of my computer crashed and I really like this program. So that's one example of how procrastination affected me becoming a music producer today. Is when I get something, I delve right into it immediately. I don't wait around for a year, 6 months, even 3 months. I delve into what I've got immediately so I can see how it works and see how I like it. Did procrastination hinder you from doing more as an audio engineer and a music producer? It hindered me more as a music producer than an audio engineer. As an audio engineer, when I started my business in 2010, I got right into it. I got right into it because I had paying clients. I don't want to be unprofessional. With the music production stuff, it's kind of like you have to put in more before you see a return. And so all music producers have their smorgasbord of beats that they haven't finished. Okay, so I had the same thing. I'm no different. But when I had that goal of that May release of my beat web store, it literally drove me to consolidate and to figure out which beats were high priority, which beats I was going to put onto the website, and which were things that I didn't need to even work on. So the ones that I was going to put on a website, I put them in a whole little Google Docs file, a spreadsheet, and it was all like mapped out, and the beats that were not going to make it, I saved those for another catalog coming out. So procrastination really did hinder me a lot from, getting my music finished. If you want to get your music finished, set yourself a deadline and a goal and get as many beats out of that unfinished library as you possibly can. So, yeah, that's how procrastination hindered me in my music production process. But when I had that goal set, I got right to it and got all of my stuff done. Was able to focus a lot better. Do you think only people in their 30s or older are able to get over procrastination? No, I don't think that. I think that people 30 and older are still as susceptible to procrastinating as a 13-year-old. Okay, procrastination has no age limit to it. It's literally about when you get focused, when you get disciplined, and when you're being honest with yourself. When you say to yourself, okay, I am a procrastinator. When you stop putting blame on other people, when you start taking responsibility for your actions, that's when you say, I'm a procrastinator and I need to stop it. Okay, and you can even be good at, you can be good at a lot of different things. You can be good at your job or something like that. But when it comes to something that you're supposed to be doing, or that you want to get done, a goal that you want to get done, and you find out that you're a procrastinator, you need to own it and acknowledge it and say, how do I get over this thing? And take those steps, take those proactive steps to getting over this procrastination, that's hindering you. Okay? So, no, I do not think that you are in your 30s and older. I just think that people who are, in their late 20s and early 30s have had enough of procrastination, and we're like, okay, we are the youngest, older type of adults that you can possibly have, and we don't have any time to be messing around like when we were 13, 14, 15, and 16. So that's why I think that it can be more imperative, in your 30s, to just hit it, and get things done. What helps you get over procrastinating, and what are the first couple of steps I take to get over waiting until the last minute to do things? So, again, like I said, just the negative stuff, just life happening and the frustration of, why did I not get this done? Why did I not get this done? Because something else is happening that's taking up time. For me, that's what it ends up being. Like, I got tired of being behind the ball. I got tired of, saying, gosh, why did I not do that? Also, me and my faith specifically, I pray. I believe in the scriptures, and in the Bible it talks about, lazy this and lazy hands. I can't think of the scripture right away, but it's a lot of scriptures that talks about being lazy, not doing your work. And then there's a lot of scriptures that talks about, if you are working your land, you'll have bread and all these things like that. And so I just take those truths as, okay, if I get the work done, I will be successful. And so that's kind of, again, what, helped me to stop procrastinating life, having a child, having family that's looking at you like, okay, we need income, those are some of those things. And I would definitely impart to other folks just getting started. Don't wait until you have the family. Don't wait until you have these life challenges to kick you in the behind to get started. Just literally get started now. Don't procrastinate. And so the steps that I've taken was I watched a lot of, YouTube series. Shout out to my man Curtis King. He's given a lot of information, and I really respect what he's done. And so, just looking at how being proactive, like watching videos about procrastination and how to stop procrastinating, reading articles on how to get past, procrastination and stuff like that. That really is what helps. And so just getting into being honest with yourself and saying, okay, I procrastinate. That's the very first thing, is saying, I am a procrastinator. And being honest with yourself and saying, I procrastinate, will help you start getting into how can I stop procrastinating. Those are the first couple of steps that I take, and I hope you take those steps. Are there any benefits to procrastination? Some benefits to procrastination are probably all negative. And if you pay attention to them, then you say, okay, I procrastinated and this is why I didn't get this done. And it's a good thing, kind of ironically, because if you're not successful, sometimes you can say, okay, well, I'm not successful because I procrastinated, and not so much so that the music's not good or that I don't know what I'm doing, but it's just that I procrastinated. And in a weird way, it can kind of be positive to procrastinate, because if that's the problem, procrastination, and that's your only problem, then all you have to do is just get to work. So in a weird way, I guess procrastination can kind of be beneficial like that. But otherwise than that, I don't see too much benefit in procrastinating. Now there's a difference between procrastinating and just sitting there and thinking about what you're doing. So if you're taking some time to get into whatever it is you're doing and you're learning your process of recording, mixing, or the digital audio workstation that you're working with, that's fine. It's not procrastination. As long as you're doing something, that's not procrastination. But if you're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing, your projects, or you're finding, time to be on social media, or just everything else, time to talk about people and things, you are definitely procrastinating from getting your work done. How does procrastination affect your family? Okay, now this is a very heavy topic. When you do have a family as a man or as a woman, but I'm just speaking from a man's perspective, when you procrastinate, everybody is looking for you to produce, to generate income. And that procrastination just elongates that dead period of time where, no music being produced, you're not being able to reach out to artists or anything like that, to present them with any music that they can properly use for their upcoming projects. And it really can just build the frustration inside of the family, and it can just kill a lot of the vibes, a lot of the love, and even affect you as a man. You can just say, I'm not doing enough. And when you are not procrastinating, when you get into your work, you feel a different level of just energy. And I mean, even everybody in your family kind of gets behind you and they say, okay, cool, I know what you're doing. You're getting to your work and you're getting things done. I can see what you're doing, and everybody kind of wants to get behind that. But procrastination can definitely affect just the family's morale. So all in all, just don't be a procrastinator. Identify if that's your problem and just move forward. Watch this video again and take these 7 steps and act upon them, okay? What you've been listening to is I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, a remix, a Sky remix that Deja Bell and I had done. It's out now. I'll put a link in the description with the background song, okay? Peace.